Hello, and welcome to the top 10 Skyrim mods of 2019. These aren't my opinions, this is based on the Nexus Mods most endorsed mods of the last year. You'll see mostly mods from earlier in the year of 2019, and the reason for this is that those mods have an advantage in a list like this, inherently, because they've had more time to accumulate downloads. Another thing to note is that this is for Skyrim Special Edition. The top 10 for regular Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition are actually quite different. So let's go ahead and get into number 10, Cathedral Weathers and Seasons. It has over 42,000 unique downloads and 2,600 endorsements. Cathedral is the spiritual successor, you could say, to Obsidian Weathers, which is a mod that I use personally and really enjoy. So it's another weather mod that's not very taxing and is vanilla friendly. However, I did hear it is a little bit more demanding than Obsidian Weathers. I could be wrong there. Whether or not I'm going to switch to Cathedral just depends on how much of a difference I think it makes. I have installed it for this video and it looks really good, but something just seems different and I don't know if I like it or not. Cathedral Weathers has more of a bluish, cool tone to it, and it seems a little bit more fantasy-like in some places than with Obsidian Weathers, where Obsidian Weathers seems more realistic on my specific load order. It could be different for you. And Obsidian Weathers also has a warmer tone to it. So I might just stick with Obsidian Weathers for now. Regardless, Cathedral Weathers does fix some issues that remain in Obsidian Weathers, and so its spot is well deserved here. On to number 9. Brows is an eyebrow retexture with over 64,000 unique downloads and 2,800 endorsements. Brows. Yeah, that's about it. Moving on. Number 8. Scaleform Translation Plus++. Mostly a resource for mod authors to use, however, not many have used it so far on their mods, other than, well, the person that created it. What I suspect got this mod into this spot is that another really popular mod, Quick Loot RE, says it requires it. Let's move on from there again. Let's go to number 7. Trade and Barter is a complete overhaul to the trading and bartering system in Skyrim. It has 40,000 unique downloads and 3,000 endorsements. It will dynamically change merchant prices depending on faction rank, relationship, and even race. It also uses location to determine how much gold individual merchants should have. So for example, merchants in large cities will have more gold on hand than merchants out in the wild. Conversely, item prices in smaller cities will often be lower than item prices in the large ones. It also makes investing more viable by opening up new goods to sell you when investing in a shop. I found this mod through this video, and it's a mod that will likely stay on my load order. Next up is number 6. Magic and melee combat get a ton of love from the modding community, but archery sometimes gets forgotten about. Not this time, because Archery Gameplay Overhaul is now available for Skyrim Special Edition. It already has 79,000 unique downloads and 3,300 endorsements. Not only does it overhaul the archery animations in Skyrim, but it also adds enchanted arrows and these rings that you can wear that will persistently enchant arrows based on your current magicka. It also adds bleeding effects to arrows, and it adjusts the way that the camera is trained when you are using a bow and arrow. Lastly, it also adds arm fatigue, and these things all combined make archery feel a lot nicer than it used to. This is another mod that will be staying on my copy of Skyrim, but maybe not my Skyrim VR. I think with it on, I might actually start to play as an archer again, something I haven't done since last using this mod on original Skyrim. Let's get on to number 5. I rolled into this one like it was going to be exciting, but not really. It's wider MCM menu for SKYUI. While I don't find there to be use for it, a bunch of other people do, as it has 46,000 unique downloads and 3,400 endorsements. Next is number 4, which is Papyrus Extender SSE, which is another modder's resource pushed up by a popular mod, that being Frozen Electrocuted Combustion. Moving on, number 3, Guards Armor Replacer SSE with 82,000 unique downloads and 3,600 endorsements. It replaces the armor of all of the city guards as well as the Stormcloak soldiers. It doesn't replace the Imperial soldiers' armor specifically, though there is another mod made by the same author that does this, however, called Heavy Legion. These armors look really nice, but I'm gonna have to pass for myself because they just don't look vanilla enough for what I want from my guards. It still looks like a well-deserved third though. Next up, we got our runner-up, number 2. This is, in my opinion, by far the coolest mod on this list. WINTERSUN, Faiths of Skyrim, brings religion to Skyrim in a more meaningful way. Now, when praying at a shrine, you can choose to devote yourself to the corresponding deity. Once a follower, you'll need to pray once a day to keep your devotion to that deity above 0. If you forget to pray or break some of the rules of the religion, your devotion will decrease, and if it hits 0, you'll be abandoned by your god. But if you get it all the way up to 100, you'll be given a special divine power. These powers are unique between the different deities. Also, there ain't no polytheism allowed here. If you decide to go and worship another god, thinking you can try and claim all the power, your current god will abandon you. Not only does this make the religion that's already in Skyrim more meaningful, but it also adds a ton of deities that are lore friendly and found throughout Elder Scrolls as a whole. This includes Daedric princes, the 11 ancestors, the pantheons, and more. For example, when choosing to worship Kinnereth like I did, you get a persistent 10% speed boost in combat, and at 100% devotion you get the ability to summon a saber cat, which is a mount that is lightning fast. I mean, check this out. This is sweet, dude. I can't just not love this mod. It has 74,000 unique downloads and 4,500 endorsements, and they're all well deserved. It's by far cooler to show off than our number 1 mod. ENB Helper SE is a plugin for SKSE that allows ENB presets to control the weather. It's up here at number 1 because there have definitely been some successful ENB presets take advantage of this lately. I'm sticking with the ENB that I use though, Photorealistic Tamriel. It's the one you see in all these videos and why they look so great all the time. Out of all of the mods on this list, my favorite was number 2, WINTERSUN. Let me know what your favorite was down in the comments. Another way I could have done this that probably would have been a little bit more objective is by going to Bethesda.net, since they have a star rating system. Now the problem there is there's no easy way to sort by year, so I would have had to sort by all time highest rated, and then I would have had to go through and manually find the top 10 mods that were released last year. Another issue with doing it this way is that this is a PC focused channel, and a lot of Nexus mods are not ported to Bethesda.net. But regardless, you're the viewer, tell me what you want. Would you rather see me do it this way, or do the next one the same way I did this one? Oops, did I say next one? Yeah, I'll probably do another one of these again next year. Looks like it's time for another oops because, well, the video has not hit the 10-minute mark yet. So while I have appeased the god of Kinnereth, I have not appeased the YouTube gods. Therefore, you're going to get some extra content if you want to stick around. Let me preface these mods by saying these have nothing to do with the list that we just covered. They're just a couple of mods that I just wanted to personally show some love for. Have you ever had this bug where you load a saved game that you might have had some other mods on before, and well, you have a bunch of T-posing headless bandits that will, slide across the ground to you? Yeah, it looks quite hilarious. The fix for this normally is to just go into the console, click on them, disable them, and re-enable them. But the problem with that in my case was that it would not allow me to even click on them in the console. So after a while of messing with it, I found a mod called the REANIMATE Special Edition, which constantly runs a script in the background checking NPCs like this, and it will automatically disable and re-enable them one time to make sure that they're not broken like this. And it's really nice because all you have to do is turn the script on and then walk through the troubled area, And when you're done, turn the script off. And that's all. Make sure you do remember to turn it off though, because if you're constantly running it in the background, it can cause a few issues like couriers appearing out of nowhere, or really anybody that's supposed to walk up to you. So yeah, just make sure you remember to turn it off when you're done. Our second and final bonus mod of this video is going to be the Great Dodge mod. It allows dodging in third person and first person, and it also works with keyboard and controller. You might be wondering why I didn't choose the more widely used TK dodge, and the reason is because TK dodge is very version specific when it comes to the Skyrim game version as well as the SKSE version, and if they don't line up properly, the mod won't work properly. So in my game specifically, it would only allow me to dodge forwards, which is the least useful dodging direction. Dodge mod, however, appears to be less version specific, and as long as you have SKSE, it should work fine, and for me it does. If it doesn't work initially, come in here and change the settings and then save it, and then walk around, go inside, go outdoors, and just kill time, and it should eventually kick in. Anyway, that's all for me today. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.